JFI Podcast. I'm your host as always, not Mari.
Hey, welcome to the JFI Podcast. I'm Kisty.
We're joined by our cavalcade voices.
Hello, I'm JasonMB. We represent the JFI Podcast, the JFI Podcast.
Welcome everyone to the JFI Podcast, episode 41.
41. Episode. Episode. That's all we're going with.
This is what
happened.
41, 42, 43. Oh wait, we already did that joke like 4 podcasts back.
I don't even say the episode numbers on mine anymore. I just say the date.
We don't say the date because I've been like getting podcasts out for the past like 3 weeks.
Oh, well, you know, that, or you could just, you know, say episode something.
Yeah.
Episode thingy.
Yeah. And that we just started getting on iTunes, so I kind of have to announce the number to keep the numbers straight.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
Episode Giraffe Stork.
I am today's guest host, KistyNocturn, with our wonderful cast of voices.
Hello. I'm not really introducing myself, because let's face it, at this point, y'all should know who I am.
Yeah. And our special guest today is...
Soothsayer 57.
Yay.
Hello.
Hello. I'm
here.
I'm gonna be like so low energy right now because I'm feeling like super lightheaded, but it's probably because I've been working all week.
Oh yeah, it was your first week of work this week.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, I've been working all week as well. I worked 7 days in a row.
And all I have to say in the terms of work is I had an on-site interview when I walked in to apply to work at a jewelry store.
Yeah.
Which I'm really hoping I'm getting because it's a $10 an hour plus job.
That's not bad.
That's better
And
than my
I only
pay.
have to work
Yeah, it's better than mine as well.
some Saturdays. So I'm like, I'll take it. Just give me work.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Which surprised me that at the on-site interview, the guy was a little more interested in my graphic design work than actually my retail experience. And I was like, oh shit, I gotta sell both of those. Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's at a jeweler?
Yeah. Well,
And
they
he
do
wants to
custom
know-
jewelry. So the only thing I can suspect either A, they're about to go through a bunch of logo changes, or B, they want to see what I can design customized-wise. And
Yeah, I
he
was
said he
about
was
to
going
go,
to
you
email
may.
me after I left, but he didn't email me, so it makes me think, this isn't good.
Or he may just be forgetful.
I hate
It's
when
possible.
people don't email me.
I generally hate the emails I get back.
That reminds me of a long time ago. I was sitting in the mall, like eating lunch, I think, and some dude like was sketching a picture of me, and like I noticed. So I walked over to him and I was like, "Oh, this is an awesome picture. Can you email it to me?" And of course, he never did.
Aw.
People
And of course, he was a jackass.
He used your likeness and drew you, but didn't send you a copy.
I know.
Assholes.
You better not have made money with that beautiful
He
face.
probably did.
Yeah, just you can go all like Silent Bob and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It's like, listen, you didn't get our permission to change the mediums. Asshole.
Speaking of assholes, I've been watching Archer.
Yes.
That's a great show.
I
Boom.
finished all the episodes on Netflix last night at 2:30 in the morning. I was determined.
Did you just learn about that show?
No,
She just started watching it. This is not like Brony, where everyone was like, watch Archer, watch Archer, watch Archer, and then he's like, you know what I just started watching?
Because I mean,
Yeah.
I watched Archer like 2 years ago.
Well, a year ago, my husband was watching Archer, and I tried to sit down and watch it with him, and it's just, in my head at the time, I had too much going on. Like, I had school, and he would sit there, and he'd watch the Archer episodes while I was gone, so when I come back, I'm on a different episode than when I left.
Right.
And he wouldn't catch me up, so I missed out on, like, about 95% of them.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, I saw the cancer episode, I saw
Yes.
the breast cancer episodes. Sorry, I forgot it was a two-parter.
Terms of enrampagement.
I guess I don't remember them that well.
And the
know.
other one was the kidnapping one.
El Secuestro, Season 2, Episode 10, which is my favorite episode.
Yeah. It's an ocelot.
I'm saying this right now. If you're like, hey, I kind of want to start watching Archer, and you have Netflix, even if you don't have Netflix, you can find it online.
Yeah.
Start with Season 2, Episode, I think it's 8 or 10, El Secuestro.
That's
10.
what
You should Google for.
Because 8 and 9 are the breast cancer episodes.
Okay, it's 10. Okay. Start with episode...
That's how I knew I was on the right track, because I had
episode
seen the
10,
breast cancer.
Because it really encapsulates all of what Archer is in a single episode.
I still don't remember that one. Which one is that one?
It's the one where Pam gets kidnapped because everybody thinks she's Cheryl.
Oh,
And then
I
they're like,
remember
yeah.
now, yeah.
And we find out
hijinks.
Cheryl's fucking rich.
Yeah, like... What's his name? Babu, I love it!
Yeah, it should have been buyer's remorse.
Yeah. You gotta get like a tire or a branch in there. It's like Kitty Auschwitz in there.
Now you know how he feels.
Yes.
I think the company that does the animation for it, is also the guys who did like Frisky Dingo and C-Lab 2021.
Yeah, you can kind of tell.
Yeah, it's like really obvious. And I just love that studio because they just keep like going, well, we have a really funny idea. And it gets on for like 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah. And aren't they on, like, what, season 4
They're on
right
season
now?
4 airing right now. Season 3 is on Blu-ray and DVD. You have to watch season 3 because the last 3 episodes of the season guest star Bryan Cranston, aka the
Is
bald
it?
guy from Breaking Bad.
Is it on
Oh.
Netflix yet?
No, I don't
it's
think
not.
it'll probably be on Netflix probably sometimes in the next 6 months or something after they're done with DVD sales.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna see it
Usually-
till it's on Netflix. Then.
So funny.
Usually
so funny.
Netflix is, like, a season and a half behind.
Yeah. And
For
they're
some
So-
shows.
yeah.
So as soon as 4 finishes, that's when we'll get 3 on Netflix.
Yeah, probably.
I'm almost tempted to just go straight up, jump to the Xfinity app on my Xbox and just watch it all. Just watch season 4, skip season 3 entirely, and go back when it's on Netflix.
But there's actually plot threads that they carry over from season 3 to season 4.
Shit! Alright, well then that means I gotta
Yeah.
find it.
This is like the first time they've really
Season 3.
like done a big plot thread thing.
An overarching story.
Yeah, an
the
overarching
only
story.
overarching story they have in the first 2 seasons is Archer's father.
This Archer's father. They
Or
resolved
suspected, suspected because they never confirmed.
that. They resolved that.
Oh,
Sorta.
they finally do?
They've sort of resolved it in
Okay.
season 4 because they actually show you what his father looks like, but we still have no idea what his name is.
Okay, well it's 1 and 3, so...
Right. No, like this guy is like completely random. I've never heard of him or seen a picture of him or anything.
Okay, stop spoiling, Jason.
I'm not spoiling because how can I spoil? I don't even know who he is.
You don't know who he is, but you're saying that it's some guy we don't know. That's a spoiler for me.
Well,
It,
my
anything
memory's
that
not
you-
so
Anything
great.
that you say is kind of a spoiler, so, I mean...
Well, this is true, but this show's been out for what?
Yeah, like
2-3 years now?
yeah.
So?
Well, 4.
For
the way-
the only
by
thing we
the
can't
way-
spoil is season 4.
By
We
the
can
way, I'm
Yeah.
pissed at one of my coworkers because A, he's an idiot, and B, he's a brony.
I remember
And
the
I'm more
tweet he
pissed
did.
at him that he's an idiot. Because he's just like, we're sitting down at lunch one day, and I'm talking with one of my coworkers, and they're like, what TV do you guys watch? And I was like, I watch whatever I'm interested in. So that goes from like, I watch Young Justice, to I watch Archer, to I watch documentaries. It's whatever catches my interest. And they're like, do you watch Adventure Time? I was like, well, no, I haven't watched Adventure Time. I kind of wanna. I hear good things about it, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, right as
Are your coworkers 15-year-old kids?
They're in their early to mid-20s.
Ugh.
He works at a call center.
Yeah, I
Come
can't say
on.
I can't actually say where because I'm not technically allowed.
That's fine. That's why I say call center. That's your cover.
That's my cover. I work in a call center. If you dial 1-900 and hear my voice, don't say a word. Just sit back and enjoy. No. And he looks at me and he goes, I watch My Little Pony. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, yeah, and like one of our coworkers didn't know that like Friendship is Magic is on the air and that it's been re-inspired, and you know all these people are just like, oh my gosh, My Little Pony, and he was just like, yeah, it's been on the air 4 years now, and just because I listened to Internet Box, I would just wanted to go, you're a fucking idiot. This is the 3rd season. And like I said it, I said it politely, like to give him the out to fix it. I was like, really? I thought they were only in their 3rd season right now. Like, aren't they like halfway through it or almost done with it? And he goes, no, they're on their 4th year. They're gonna end it. And I was like, okay. Like, he stuck to his guns. And I was like, shut the fuck up, Mike. It's not his name. I'm referencing Mike from Internet Box. It's like, shut the fuck up, Mike.
I am so putting that in the link dump.
No, and his favorite pony is Fluttershy, too, and I was like, oh, just shut the fuck up, Mike.
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
You have a Mike clone.
I have a Mike. I have a fat Mike.
No, but I feel like, though, if you say that he doesn't know something about the show, then it can't be Mike, because, you know...
I know,
Mike knows everything
this
about
is
the
true.
show.
Well, like I said, it's a Mike clone.
It's a Mike
so
clone.
Obviously he's gonna get some shit wrong because it isn't officially Mike.
It's Fat Mike. You know what we're gonna call him? We're gonna call him Fat Mike. We're gonna call him Fat Mike.
Fat Mike.
Because he's way fatter than Mike. Like, if I see him staring at his hands one day, I don't care if it's against company policy, I'm bringing him myself and I go, do that again.
But hold on,
take
though.
a picture.
Is it hard to be fatter than Mike, though? To be honest,
No, it really isn't. If you're a sprig of celery, you're fatter than Mike. Like, my right arm is fatter than Mike will ever be.
Yeah.
And then you get to see him at RTX this year.
I get to see him at RTX this year. Yeah, I still need to find a place to stay. Oh my god. Why is RTX so expensive? Because I don't know that many people on the side. I can't be like, hey, I want a room with this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Yeah, we got rooms. No, it's just like, hey, I'll pay and I'm clean.
I don't see that. Yeah, it doesn't really matter too
Yeah.
much about knowing someone as long as, you know, they're not fucking crazy people and they're not stinky.
Well, yeah. What if I get in the room and it's just like, we're gonna murder everyone at RTX? I'm like, oh fuck, I'm in this room. Which, by the way, you will probably hear me curse more than you've ever heard me curse on the podcast before, because I am not allowed to curse while I'm at work.
It is perfectly fine, Jason.
It is-
you
it
know
is-
I don't bleep unless it's something
is-
that's totally racist.
I thought about just saying something right there, but then I
was
didn't.
Also, one thing I don't like about the deals is they're like, yeah, we have deals from the 2nd to the 8th, because I'm on the website now looking. I'm like, no, you don't. You're fucking lying. Because I was gonna fly out. I was gonna fly out the 3rd, so I could be like, yeah, I'm here for July 4th. And oh wow, I actually found one. Holy crap! Well,
Wait,
okay,
wait.
I was.
Why are
gonna
you
stay...
searching? Why are you searching hotels during the podcast?
I was. Yeah, that's what I found out what the problem was. I wasn't gonna stay. I was gonna stay till the 9th.
Oh,
Because-
yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna do that originally too, and that messed some stuff up.
I'm staying until the 9th because of the fact that, one, my flight actually dropped in price by $50. And then when I did a search the other day, they dropped by like $100 to $200. Because I was looking at a $500 flight to Austin.
Okay, I'm
With,
looking
like,
at like
4
I'm looking at close to a
stops.
400. I'm looking at a 380. I'm looking at a 380 to a 420.
Well, like I said, it dropped.
So what did you end up paying, Kisty?
Well, I haven't bought my ticket. I'm constantly looking because I have a deal with my husband I have to pay for my RTX trip myself, and this means I have to have a job to back it up, or I earn it through commissions, artwork commissions or logos or something to go on the trip. If I don't come up with the money, I don't go. Which is why I'm job hunting right now. It's kind of a deal I set with my husband, even though, yes, he could technically pay for the whole trip for me. It's not really fair to him because he doesn't want to go. So why should I make him pay for something he doesn't want to do?
Yeah, he's not even going to be there for. Plus,
Yeah.
you know, if you go like the day before July 4th, tickets are going to be cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, there's probably going to be like, Bernie's going to tweet out, hey, who wants to have barbecue at Rooster Teeth? I'm going to be like, me?
Well, also, Barbara requested that Guardians show up on the 3rd, but it's mandatory we're there on the 4th.
Okay.
So it's just like, for me, I was going to arrive on the 3rd anyways. Plus, I'm renting a house, which means I have to get the house, get the key, make sure I have my rental car, make sure my roommates show up. I let them know the house. Then I can go to the convention center and set up with Barbara.
All right. Wait, you're full up on your house, aren't you?
We were, and a couple people are dropping out, but I'm letting my roommates handle that since I had the reservations.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not even dealing with that. I basically just like, yes, no, who stays with us, who doesn't. That's fine. Clear it with me.
We'll talk later about this. We don't want to bore people. We want to talk about exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Has anyone done any exciting stuff this week? Because I've been at work all week. I've been learning how to answer phone calls, which I can't even talk about.
Exciting stuff for me this week was I'm working on my Skyrim project, and actually the trailer comes out for it on Monday, which will be the day after this podcast comes out, if I edit it on time and get it out by Tuesday like it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yay, we're competing with the RT podcast now. Woo!
Our ratings suck.
Hey, we got up to 15 subscribers this week. I'm happy.
What was I gonna say? Oh, well, no, I can't say one thing. I can't say one thing about my job this week. We're an inbound call center. I can say that much. We take calls rather than like the last call center I worked at, where we were outbound calls and we were telemarketers.
You're so secretive about this. Are you working for the CIA or something?
No, seriously, like, all right. They were talking to us about like things not to do, which of course every job is like, don't do this, don't do that. Of course, like what fucking idiot isn't gonna do that? Do you guys have seen Super Troopers, right?
Yes.
Nope.
Oh, you haven't seen Super Troopers? Okay, have you heard of the Meow game, Soothsayer?
Nope.
Okay. In Super Troopers, they play this game, and this is for anybody who hasn't seen this movie. A, go watch this movie, and B, here's the Meow game rules.
It's from the guys who did Beer Fest.
Yeah, and Club Dread, and the Slammin' Salmon, and I think they have one more movie in there.
Oh, I forgot about Slammin' Salmon.
Yeah, I've seen like all the Drunk Lizard movies. Broken Lizard, the Broken Lizard. Anyway, there's a game they play in the movie Super Troopers, and they play State Patrolman. And the game is, you go up to a person who you pulled over for speeding, and insert the word meow.
Instead of now.
No, instead of anything. You're just supposed to do it, but they do it with now because it's so easy and most people wouldn't recognize it. And the record that was held at the time that the game was played in the movie was 7 meows. I think it was like 9 meows.
No, it was 7.
It was 7? Okay.
The bet was 7. It was a bet.
The bet was 7. Okay, the bet was 7. So they go over to the guy and they start going, meow, do you know why I pulled you over? You know, stuff like that. 2 idiots for this call center, and by the way, it's like a national call center, so it's like we have multiple places across the world. 2 idiots in Texas.
Oh, no.
Played the meow game. And they were really bad at playing the meow game.
Oh.
Like, they did not do it to where, like, meow, what I'm going to tell you is the terms and conditions and blah, 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 blah. No, it was just like, okay, ma'am, may I have your name? Meow. I'm like, you aren't even playing the game right. I listened to a 15-minute call between someone and their higher up talking to this customer where they played the meow game.
Oh.
What did the customers say?
She spoke such broken English, she didn't even know it was going on.
Oh.
That's how, it was just like, what's her name from Family Guy? No.
Consuela?
Consuela,
Yeah,
I think. I was going to
Consuela.
call her Contessa, and I was like, that's not her name.
Like,
yeah,
no.
Consuela. That it was just like Consuela. She's like,
Need more lemon pledge.
yeah, need more lemon pledge. Me need understand terms and agreements. And I'm just like, no, they aren't gonna do this. Meow, what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell you all about the deals that we can give you today. So meow, you understand them. Like, you fucking idiots.
I'm sorry, Jason.
Oh no, it was a funny call. I never knew you could use the word meow for year.
And now you can.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, well, one meow is all you're going to have to really worry about this, and then after the first meow, you're going to have to be perfectly fine. I was like, he's using meow wrong. Is it bad? It's probably bad that I was more worried about him using it properly than the fact that this idiot got fired. I was just like, you cannot play this game. You cannot play this game, man. Stop it. And I was just like, yeah.
So the guy got fired.
Oh, the guy and the guy above him got fired because they both did it to the same customer.
That is a given. I mean,
yeah, like it was 15 minutes.
Oh,
a 15-minute call. How do you get away with that?
You don't.
And of course, the guy who fired him was also my trainer for like this job. Because he's, like, the guy who goes over in all these places. So he was just like, I could not stand going into that room without a straight face. It took everything I had. And I was like, when you sat him down, did you go, yeah, you know why I'm firing you, right? Also, I found out something else at work this week. And I will murder the next person who does this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this sounds like a challenge.
So, you do not want to do this. For those of you who don't know, I don't like the show The Big Bang Theory.
I didn't know, but...
I did know to a point.
Okay. I don't like the show The Big Bang Theory because if you sit down and you examine it, there is a certain pattern that goes. At first, the jokes were comical and they were good, but when you sit down and you go back and you watch the show... Notice where all the jokes take aim at. They don't take aim at Penny or the normal people that are in the show. No, they take aim at, like, Leonard and Sheldon and Raj and Wallowitz. They take aim at the nerds. But the show is supposed to be about them. They shouldn't be the source of the comedy that the jokes are targeted at. They should be making jokes about all the normal people around them who are just so stupid they don't understand what they're saying. And this actually, I've read a lot of stuff on this, and the more I watch the show, the more like, I can't believe that this is still
popular.
Yeah, it's popular, and popular in a nerd community as well. I'm just like, this is the worst show ever. People referred, two different groups of people this week referred to me as Sheldon.
Oh.
Why?
And apparently because I'm intelligent. That was literally their only basis for it. Because they said, you're smart. And I was like, you shouldn't call me a character who's autistic.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ever watch The Big Bang Theory, I want you to keep this in mind. Watch any random episode of The Big Bang Theory. I don't care which one. And look at Sheldon.
Yep.
Sheldon is a functioning autistic.
Yeah.
As someone who has a brother-in-law who is autistic and does have a pinch of Asperger's, yeah, Sheldon is autistic.
It's blindingly obvious, isn't it?
It's very.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
He also is coupled with OCD.
Yeah, he has OCD, autism, and a little bit of Asperger's syndrome. Just a tiny little dash.
Yep.
And no one has ever picked up on this.
I doubt that no one has picked up on that.
Right.
I mean, it's fairly easy to pick up on.
Right, it's fairly easy to pick up on. But his quirks, people would call them, are the brunt of a lot of the jokes. And I hate the show for that. Because when it first came out, it was, hey, let's make jokes about the normal people. And then they realized, oh, wait, we can just make jokes about how stupid the nerds are. And it's like, no, you can't, because they're the main characters. If they were secondary characters, yeah, you could, but they're the entire focus of the show. So now you're making fun of your main characters. I only saw first season,
so that's all I know. Plus, I ran into an episode not too long ago where it involved a red chair. And at first I was like, okay, I can understand Penny wanting to keep a chair. That was perfectly good. And then Sheldon freaks out because he felt something moving in the chair. Long story short, at the end of the episode, you find out there's a rat in the back of the chair.
You see, that's funny because that actually, it proves that he was right and people just misunderstood what was going on. That's funny. But I hate The Big Bang Theory now. Like, after you get past about the halfway point of season 1, they start taking aim at the main characters for all the jokes.
Well, that would make sense why my husband stopped watching it halfway through.
Yeah, I don't like it. And the fact that people were just like, you're Sheldon. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't have Asperger's. I don't have autism. And I don't have OCD. And they were just like, the fact that you know that proves that you're Sheldon. And I was like, how do you not know he has autism? It is so blindingly obvious from anyone. That was the big problem with me for The Big Bang Theory for the longest amount of time was I hated that character. I didn't know what it was. I didn't hate the actor. I didn't hate a lot of the things about him. I hated the way he was written and the way the actor played him a little. And it just bugged me. And I was like, why do I hate this character? And then I read a blog article from something called Shouting at the Void that was about The Big Bang Theory, and it hit me all at once. Just one word, autism. And I was like, oh, it's blindingly obvious now. Sheldon is a functioning autistic in the real world.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that irked me so much this week. People were just like, you're Sheldon. I was like, you want to get punched in the face.
That's when you go to your boss and go, please, it's starting to get annoying, and it's technically on the borderline of harassment.
No, it was one girl that was really saying it, and then another person picked up on it and said, oh, you kind of act like Sheldon. And I was like, no, I really don't. Because I can do whatever I want.
It's just like, don't even worry about it, dude. I mean, it's just like, people are going to be stupid everywhere you go, and people are going to be stupid and say stupid shit like that in your entire life. I mean, it's not a big deal. I've been called stupid things too, but
I know, but it
don't
bugs
worry
me.
About it.
Yeah, it just bugged me for a second. I was like, you don't understand why I hate him. I actually explained to them. They were just like, so wait, I made you mad when I called you that? I was like, yeah, you made me mad when you called me that. And they're like, why? What did I do? And I was like, he's autistic. The character is played as autistic.
It's people who are ignorant and don't understand, basically. Yeah. And they find it funny when it's not.
Yeah, the show is now completely skewed its audience. It is now meant for the normal mainstream culture and not the nerds and the geeks who it was originally thought for, because there are a lot more of us than there are normal people.
Anyways, let's move on to happier subjects.
Yeah.
A little bit less ranting.
I know, right?
This has turned quickly into the ranting podcast. I will remember to mark that for 15 minutes rather than 30. But no, there was rants left and right.
Yeah.
So, I guess I can distract you a little bit. I know,
let's
Kisty,
distract.
Kisty, you're a fan of Doctor Who, right?
Oh,
I'm a fan of Doctor Who
dude,
as
I cannot
well.
wait till March 30th.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Have you seen
guys...
my Twitter lately?
Yeah. No, I've been working, so...
Have you seen? Yeah. Who are you? I'm the Doctor. What have you come here for? That was the best picture ever, by the way, Kisty. You have to post that in the link dump for people who missed it.
I've been watching Doctor Who. I just started it about maybe a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. How far in are you?
I'm halfway through, or I'm nearing the end of season 3 of Doctor Who, and I just finished season 1 of Torchwood.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh, so you're watching Torchwood at the same time as Doctor Who?
Yeah, so that I get
Very
the full story.
Good! Thank you. Finally, someone who does it right.
Well, it's because I'm, in love with Jack Harkness.
Oh, John Barrowman makes my heart throb, and the news that I heard today makes me happy. He's in talks right now to be in the 50th anniversary as Captain Jack.
Good.
Yes.
Although, I don't know, him being with Matt Smith may not be all that great.
It'll be funny to me. But then again, I know David Tennant has been confirmed that he will make an appearance on the 50th anniversary, which is this year. So
Eccleston
chances are we're going to see Captain Jack and Dr. Number 10, which is David Tennant, appear together.
I want to see Eccleston.
Chris said he's not.
But I like Eccleston.
I know a lot of people did, and I liked Eccleston at first too, because that's the reason I watched the show. Is I was a fan of Christopher Eccleston, and then David Tennant came in, and I went, "Fuck Eccleston, I like Tennant." That smile, that just goofy smile.
I like Eccleston's goofy smile better, to be honest. I don't know, his grin that he had whenever, like, he would just, look at somebody and then just do that grin, like his whole face.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked that. I don't know.
I
definitely like Tennant too, but I like Eccleston better, I think, still.
Let's see. You're on season 3 right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then
Martha
you're going through the Martha episodes.
Mm-hmm. I like Martha. Martha was okay.
I liked Martha at the start, and then when it got to the point where I was like, okay, Martha, you need to realize that he is never going to see you more than as a friend. Move on. And she doesn't.
Wow.
And of course, like, she eventually does, but I'm not going to spoil that for you of what happens, because that's actually a kind of a fun thing to see at the end of season 4.
At the end of season 4? Doesn't Donna come back in season 4?
Yes, she does.
Yeah, because I've seen one episode from season 4. I've seen the Shadows one. What's that called? The library one.
Oh, the Vasta Narada Silence in the Library, where you meet River Song.
Yeah.
Who does appear in season 5 and 6.
I know. I've also seen her before. Saw. Before I actually officially started watching it, I watched 3 episodes or 4 episodes before I really started watching it. It was I watched Blink.
Always a good
one.
choice.
And then I watched both of the Weeping Angels episodes in 6, like the ones with Smith.
Yeah, like the Stone Eyes or something like that.
Yeah, a Year of the Angels or some
Year of the
show
Angels.
or some episode like that. And then I watched the Vasta Narada one, like I said.
Right, the one in the Silent Library.
Yeah. But those were the 4 that I watched before I officially got into the show.
Yeah. Now, have you finished Torchwood, Sooth?
Season 1 I have.
Okay. So you notice how Jack runs out at the end.
Well, yeah, because I watched it. I watched, basically, I got to episode 12 of Doctor Who, and I had read that that's when Jack shows back up.
Yep.
But, he shows up after leaving Torchwood season 1. So I watched all of season 1 before I watched episode 12 of Doctor Who. So I pretty much went straight from one to the other.
Okay. All right, good.
So, he ran out of Torchwood and then ran into Doctor Who, and I watched him back to back, so.
Yeah, and he has the hand with him.
Yeah. Which I called that from the beginning, that I knew that was Doctor Who's hand. I was like, fucking...
See, I got Torchwood after I had saw Jack return, so I knew that was the hand the first time I saw it in Torchwood.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to guess that was his hand. I already knew it was his hand.
Jack does not take good care of that hand, by the way.
He does not.
He just leaves that in the most precarious place, and he's like, well, it'll be safe here.
Yeah, and then, of course, second episode of Torchwood, it gets stolen. It gets used as a hostage, and he's like, trust me, that is more valuable to me than it is to you right now.
It's the only way I can track my lover. I mean, the doctor.
My man crush.
My man crush. There was something I was gonna say. The Vashon Arata was actually how I found out someone was a Doctor Who fan, because we were standing in a parking lot talking to each other, and our shadows crossed because of the way the light was, and they freaked out and jumped, and I was like, what? Because I realized why they jumped, and they were just like, I saw this thing on the show, and it gets through your shadow, and I was like, the Vashon Arata? And they're like, yeah? How do you know what that is? Because it's from
What do you mean,
Doctor
how
Who.
do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's like...
It's not some cult or anything.
Yeah, it's not some cult. It's just like, we worship the Vashon Arata, we cross our shadows whenever we can. And I was just like, you're an idiot. Because she was just like, that episode freaked me out. I was like, you haven't seen Blink yet, have you? And she was like, what's Blink? And I was like, an episode you're never going to watch.
Oh, God. Weeping Angels. Oh, Jason, what was that picture you wanted me to link? Because
the one
your
of the doctor,
audio kind of messed up on me.
The one of the doctor on Serenity.
Oh, yes.
That was hilarious. I've come to fix the problems of those
I'm
who
here
rule
to
this
fix...
universe. You mean the Federation? No, Fox.
Oh, mine said Alliance.
The Alliance, yeah, the Alliance.
Yeah,
I just
the
said
Alliance?
the Federation.
No, Fox.
I watch a lot of SF Debris stuff, so the Federation is kind of always in my mind.
Alright, I will pull that back up from my Twitter, because I did tweet that.
Yeah. You know what?
Love
I've been
that.
reading a lot of Green Lantern, and I've been watching the animated series they have on Cartoon Network, and you know what I realized? Short of making the Green Lantern Corps, the Guardians, who have declared themselves the Guardians of the Galaxy, are just complete idiots and cause way more problems than they've solved.
Well, yeah, it's called conflict.
Yeah, I know, but, you know, they made the Green Lantern Corps, they're just like, but they've made so many more problems than they've solved. That's probably why they had to make the Green Lantern Corps, was to clean up their messes. Just be like, go over here, we've found this evil that we made, and it's terrorizing the galaxy because we let it, and you need to go fix it because we can't.
Yep.
I hate fucking organizations like that. I'm probably really pissed off because I watched, Atlas Shrugged Part 2.
Oh.
I was driving to work the other day, and there was a commercial on the radio for it, and 3 different companies for it called it a must-see movie. And I was like, must-see if you want to kill 2 hours of your life.
Which movie is a must-see?
Yeah. Yeah. Atlas Shrugged Part 2. And I was like, no, it's not.
Nope.
That movie is boring. It is lots and lots of trains, Part 2. It is. Dude, seriously, if anyone's listened to Sig Burns and me and Fragger talk about it, we hated this movie because it's so stupid. If it could have focused any more on 2 things, the idea of who is John Galt and the railroad system in America, I think it would have somehow made a porn of that. Because
Which
it was
episode of Cigarette Burns did you talk about this, by the way?
I honestly have no idea, because we
Shit.
haven't filmed one in like a month.
Okay.
And we were going to talk about The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which I actually hated that movie. I've seen it now, and I actually hate that movie.
Why'd you hate it?
Because it's stupid.
Wow,
just,
that's
like,
most movies, actually.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I can get behind some movies. Like, yeah, there are a lot of plot threads that are, like, dangling in Inception, but I really enjoy that movie. I can watch it 100 times. I can watch The Dark Knight 100 times. It's a really good, well-thought-out movie. Dark Knight Rises, not so much, but...
It's always the first movies that are good. It's the sequels that usually suck.
It's generally the third ones.
Yeah, I don't think we can do trilogies anymore.
It pretty much ended around Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, like the last few good franchises. Well, if we're saying trilogies, Lord of the Rings was the last good trilogy.
Yeah, I will agree to that.
Because then we had Star Wars.
Well, we had Star Wars before Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, we did have Star Wars before Lord of the Rings, that is true.
Movie-wise, yes. Book-wise, no.
Yeah. But we're talking movies,
I have to point that out, sorry.
Lord of the Rings was the last good trilogy, and it
Well,
came after
even
a
so,
really
even
horrible
if you
trilogy.
go book-wise like that, the Star Wars movie trilogy ended before the Harry Potter book series. Thus, Harry
is
Potter
true.
could have turned out just as bad as Star Wars in the last 2 books, but it
Yeah,
didn't.
it really could have.
Yeah. Well, I know I've talked to a couple of people, actually, about Harry Potter the other night, and they were like, yeah, first movie, awesome. Second movie, okay, we can take it. Third movie is a 50-50.
Terrible. No,
Fourth
third
movie,
sucked.
they were like, we're done. They
I
took
know what
too much
I
out.
knew. I was like, there's something in the back of my head that is killing me that I want to talk about. So, guess who? For those of you who don't know, I keep up with some minor celebrity gossip news. Heidi Klum and Seal have broken up. They've been like this big power couple for a long time. Guess who Seal is dating now? You will never guess this in 1,000 years, but I want to make you try. No, don't look it up. I can hear the keystroke.
No, I'm typing to
Don't
someone
you
else.
do
I'm
it.
sorry.
You are not allowed to Google.
Flea. I don't know who.
Flea? No, he is dating the pink Time Force Power Ranger.
What?
What?
Kimberly?
No, Pink Time Force was Oh shit!
not
what was
the
her
first.
name?
Okay.
Her name of the show was Jen.
Yes.
But,
Oh God, he's dating her.
He's dating her. They
I
have
don't know
been found
who.
to be dating. Let me look up her name.
Okay, I have to put in Time Force, Pink Ranger, and Seal.
It's so funny to me because they just did. It was just like on the front page of this website. It was like Seal taking exciting new adventure in dating, and I was like, no. The quote was Seal now dating former Power Ranger, and I was like, oh, I've got to see this. Her name is Erin Cahill. Her character was Jennifer Jen Scott.
Jennifer Jen?
Yeah, her nickname was Jen.
I thought that was like her middle name. I was like, seriously?
No. She was the pink Time Force Power Ranger.
Jason, you gotta link me this article later. 'Cause I don't think I'm gonna find it.
Like, it's so funny because in the article they're just like, Seal takes an exciting new adventure in his life as he's dating Power Ranger. Oh my God, here it is. It's just like right on the front page. Seal's new lady friend is Power Ranger. Is the first thing it says.
Oh God.
I love it. And here's the thing, like right on it, it's got a picture of him and her, and they're all buddy and all this stuff. And it's just like, and she's appearing in the new TV show Red Window on ABC as a recurring character, and she was a Power Ranger. And I was like, what? Because she looks completely
the years
different.
have not been good to her.
Actually, I think they've been very good to her considering.
Well,
like if you scroll down,
it's just
they
she
show...
does not look like her former self.
No one looks like their former self.
No, and they expect to do a big Power Ranger reunion thing.
Do
obviously.
they? I really hope they do. Or is this just like a fan thing? Because, you know...
Well, remember, because Megaforce is hinting at all the Power Rangers fighting.
Right. Here's
and
the thing,
my brother-in-law, in fact, actually came knocking on my door about that the other day. Because he knows I'm a former Power Ranger fan. And he's actually been watching Power Ranger Samurai on Netflix.
Right. Cause
and I know because all the
Netflixes
are streamed through the house.
I'm not gonna lie.
My account.
What got me being back into being a Power Rangers fan, just like on the fringe, is Linkara's History of Power Rangers, and then I went on Netflix for like a free month trial and got bored, and they had just posted all the Power Ranger seasons, and someone and I think it was someone like tweeting at Linkara, and he retweeted it. He was just like, Power Rangers RPM, best Power Rangers series ever, and I was like, what? So I watched all of Power Rangers RPM. It pokes so much fun at itself. It's hilarious.
RPM was the one I was actually going to watch to get back into, but I never did.
It's so worth it. Like, they make jokes about the creator of the morphing system is like this doctor who's a super genius, and she's barely like 16 or something, and she gets so mad when like they bring up the little things that are obviously like Japan things. Mm-hmm. Like, they're mad that they have to say RPM getting gear to morph. They're like, why do we have to say that? Or, why do our Zords have googly eyes? And they're like, she's like,
oh,
what?
I remember the googly eye joke.
there's a great thing, and like, they take them in front of these kids to like go, hey, these are the Power Rangers, and they help protect our city and all of us, and blah blah blah. And they go, is it hard wearing all that spandex? And she immediately interrupts and goes, it's not spandex. That was just the funniest damn thing to me, because it keeps coming up in that episode, and the more she says it, the madder the doctor gets.
The writers had too much fun.
The writers had way too much fun with that. Here's another thing, by the way. If you watch the opening sequence of Power Rangers Megaforce... I'm sorry, Susayer, you're being so quiet. I feel like I'm boring the shit out of you.
I no, I'm just not I don't watch Power Rangers at all.
Cool.
So
that's cool. But this will probably be the last thing I say on it. If you look, Like, they have this big overarching shot of all the old Power Rangers and blah, blah, blah. If you look at the last scene they show before they fade to black, generally for the opening, you can see the green, white, black from Dino Force,
Dino Thunder.
Yeah, Red Turbo, and Red Zeo Rangers. Those are all one person in the American Power Ranger universe. Those are all Tommy.
How are they gonna get Tommy to even fit in the suit? Jason David Frank is huge now.
Yeah, he got huge, man. Here's
you have to when you're an MMA fighter, still undefeated to my knowledge.
Yeah, he's still undefeated. Here's what I would do if I was Saban, was I wouldn't get them physically on set. What I would do is I would start it with maybe the people before Samurai, which I think was... Actually, no, Samurai before that was RPM, and they set it up in an alternate universe. So the people before that, and bring them in, and then have them, Samurai, and Megaforce do a group morph as they're going to this giant battle. And that would be how I would do it, and then everybody else would just be voiceovers, like, in the people... They would hire stunt doubles. Yeah. I was trying to link, the Japanese 35th anniversary movie to Draco Izumi, and I ran across that. Because I couldn't find it. I used to find it on YouTube. I'm boring the shit out of Soothsayer. I know I am.
It's okay. We can go long.
I don't know what the hell any of you guys are talking about.
I know, right?
Sorry,
you have to be like...
We're kid nerds.
Yeah. Like, when
you know how long it's been since I've watched Power Rangers?
Okay, here's the thing. How old are you, Soothsayer?
20.
Okay, see, that's the thing. That's exactly the reason. When Power Rangers started, I was the prime age that they wanted.
Oh, I watched it when I was a kid. I know.
No. I mean the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah, I watched that when I was a kid. I own the very first episode on VHS.
Oh, in the first 3.
Day of the Dumpster.
But I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
I watched it when I was a
its
kid.
hooks into me, okay? I watched the first 6 seasons. I watched all the way from Power Rangers to Power Rangers in Space.
Yep, I went as far as Space. Once they killed off Zordon, I said I was done.
That is, by the way, is how I see the 20th anniversary movie starting, is Zordon.
Oh, God.
Is Zordon, like, the essence of Zordon in space. Like, you'll see this black screen, and all of a sudden you'll hear Zordon's voice saying, like, how he's protected Power Rangers, and how he's helped the morphing grid evolve. We need to set up a thing for, like, questions, because I feel we would do better if we got questions at the end of the show.
Hold on.
Sorry, what was that? My husband
talking.
was asking me a question.
Nothing. We were talking about technical mess ups.
Oh, what happened?
He muted himself on Skype, but was actually still talking, and Audacity picked it all up.
Oh, well, I have call graph, so we're covered.
Yeah.
Well, it's not gonna require.
Yeah, it's not
completely.
It's not like this is gonna be like, my God, we have hours of editing to do.
Yeah. It's
no,
not gonna
but our linked up is getting pretty big.
Yeah, we should probably actually wrap up.
Yeah, we try to stay under an hour.
So, oh wait, I have to ask you a question. Did you guys see that news story on the I have 2 weird news stories that I want your opinions on.
Okay.
Did you guys see the news story of the mom who hired strippers for her 16-year-old son's birthday?
I don't know, but that's the greatest. That's
no,
the
but I
greatest
want
mom
to
I've ever
discuss
heard
this.
This is the thing. The strippers went to the police after they found out and said, we honestly had no idea these kids were 16. We were hired, we went in, we did our thing, and then we left. Like,
wow.
the strippers went to the cops.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the easiest way to stay out of trouble.
That is the easiest way to stay out of trouble. That I just found that there are pictures of it online if you look it up. Like, there are pictures of what the strippers are doing.
Gosh.
It's hilarious. Like, and the mom just looks so happy with herself in her, like, her mugshot. Let me see if I can find it real quick,
right,
just so you guys can see this. But it's one of those things you're looking like, how did this happen? How could someone be so stupid that they would hire strippers for their 16-year-old son.
Well, that's the world.
Wow. I just typed in mom stripper 16-year-old and just like it all came up. I'm trying to see.
Oh my gosh.
If,
I'm sorry, it's just something Hightower just tweeted that made me laugh.
Yeah.
Well, now I gotta read it because I brought it up, so.
I don't know if that question will be answered.
No, there is no answer for that question, but it's, why is Susie Poo such a raging poo-poo platter on a burning stick?
there's the story, and you can see one of the strippers. Which, by the way, these strippers do not look attractive, by the way.
Most strippers don't look attractive.
No.
Wouldn't that be, like, criteria? I would think, like, you'd have to be attractive.
Well, I think it depends on the person's taste.
Plus, I mean, it's also, strippers are going more for, they want a good body, not a good face, necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I know somebody who would find those strippers attractive.
Wow, I just
From
realized...
the one picture I'm looking at, I already know
That woman looks like a lot like the dude up in the top left. Look at him.
This is true.
Yeah.
Just spin the nose on the guy a bit, and you pretty much got the same person.
Yeah, I know. And
that's so mean, but
yeah,
I'm so saving this for the link.
The other story I wanted to talk about, and I'm not sending you the link yet because I want to talk about it.
Okay.
Is, and this is from my home state, which makes me very sad. Did you hear about the woman? This is actually weeks old now. Did you hear about the woman who made out with her son in prison to get him drugs?
No.
No.
This woman
What
who
the
was
fuck?
Like, she's
Then
like,
again, I heard a similar story
what
on
a
damn
loyal
TV.
mother.
Just remind me to bring it up here, but after we discuss this. So go ahead, Jason.
she's like 55-year-old, and her son is 30, and he's in jail for drug possession. And when she's visiting him in jail, they start making out so she can pass him some oxycodone pills in her mouth. Like, mouth to mouth.
What a loyal
it's
mother.
so disgusting. I love the picture, though. And
Link.
of course, they immediately stopped her and went just like, what are you doing?
And, of course, her mugshot. Oh, God.
Oh,
yeah.
her mugshot. She looks so depressed.
Oh, God. I'm so gonna be link dumping things.
Just the mom. She's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I made out
Okay.
with my son. Like, really? You couldn't think of any way better to do it than to just, like, make
Pass
out
a
with
gift,
your son?
or, you know, like, oh, I made you a cake. By the way, inside the cake is your drugs. It's just like, really?
You know what you do?
Because you can
is
X-ray a cake, you're gonna still see a cake. But if you put like chocolate chips in it, you could probably get away with it.
Yeah, I know. This woman just had no IQ
sense.
whatsoever.
I'm
She-
sorry, Jason.
I just saw
The
this story.
whole cake thing doesn't work.
No,
They
the
don't
whole cake
actually
thing
let
doesn't work.
They don't actually let you walk in with a whole baked cake.
Right, like
anymore
they
in
actually
prison.
poke stuff in it to be like, is there stuff in here? Like,
Well,
that
yeah,
doesn't
but
work.
if you
They'll be like, cut me a piece.
Yeah. What you do now is you, like, have stuff on your wrist or something and wear a long sleeve shirt, and then you get it off and you hand it to them, like you hug them or something.
Yeah. But speaking of prison stories, there was, and I think this was down in Mexico.
Well.
I heard this on Damn TV, which is Gabriel Iglesias' news comedy he does.
Oh, okay.
And it was that prison guards found a cat smuggling supplies to help someone escape the prison. Apparently, someone had duct taped.
Oh, I really thought it was shoved up the cat's ass.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I was just like, who's a good kitty that goes potty in the yard? Where's my file?
no, but he had a file, a hacksaw, and a knife duct taped to him.
Hey, Earl, yeah? Does that cat look like it's got a silver streak down the middle of it? No, right the dead center of it, like somebody taped something to it. Oh my god, it does.
Yeah, it just wandered onto the prison yard, and because this is of course, in Mexico, they don't know who sent the cat or anything, and it's like...
How well trained was this cat? Like, did it have to go through an obstacle course or something?
I don't know.
Like, cat, here's what you do. You go from point A to point B. Okay, you don't know what that means. We're gonna practice. You get a little bit of meow mix here, and when you get to the end, you get tuna.
But yeah, I saw that on damn TV today, and I was like, fuck, I gotta say this at some point if like a prison story or something comes up.
Oh my god.
More tweets.
Yeah, more tweets. More people are not asking us questions. You decided to do this on Twitter. The worst idea ever.
I constantly ask questions via our JFI Podcast Twitter account, but I never get much of a response other than, have so-and-so on the podcast.
Yeah, have so-and-so on the podcast. I want to be a guest on the podcast. Stop it.
Yeah, you never really get much from Twitter other than just a few stupid tweets. But
yeah,
right,
I can live
you
with
go to
stupid
Twitter
tweets,
and
though.
you think all these people follow you and they're going to be helpful, and then they're just complete jackasses. I'm sorry, people who follow me on Twitter, but sometimes I ask serious questions and you all are complete jackasses. This is why crowdsourcing doesn't work. What the hell is that?
What the hell is what?
You're supposed to not mention it.
Oh, okay.
And just wait for it to end.
That sounds like how some people have sex. You're just not supposed to mention it and wait till it ends.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up on that horrible joke.
Yeah, I would. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that we could talk about here? Because I am going to cut a lot of the Power Ranger talk a little bit, because we talked about it before.
But Seal's dating her. Like, he gets a kiss from the
that's
rose.
going to be in there, guaranteed. But I mean, like, you and me and our Power Ranger fandom history.
Yeah, right.
We went a full, 20 minutes on that, Jason.
No, we didn't. We only went, 5 or 10. I've been watching my thing. We did not go anywhere near close to that.
Certainly felt like 20 minutes.
It certainly felt like 20 minutes because you don't give a damn.
But, yeah, we should probably start wrapping up unless there's anything funny to discuss.
No.
The only thing I can think of adding is that I actually had a funny fail happen to me on Halo 4.
You know Halo 4?
You know how on fails of the week, you know how people they'll get out on the wrong side of the ghost or the warthog and they'll fall off the edge of the map?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I finally did something similar to that, except I didn't fall off. I walked off.
How?
Alright. I was getting splatter kills like crazy in a ghost, and I kind of sort of...
Way to go, Jack, by the way.
I went after one guy. He jumped over me, threw a grenade, missed me with the sticky grenade, I might add. Plasma. Sorry, I'm so used to calling those stickies. And I get caught on the ledge, and I think, oh, I'm about to go over, and I don't go over. And so I'm hanging on the ledge of the map, and I'm like, I can get out! I didn't fail! Yay! I jump out, and of course the first thing in my mind is, oh shit, wrong side. And so I get on the wrong side of the ghost, and I fall. And I think, okay, end of the map. No, I land on a rock ledge. And at the time, I'm thinking, oh, I've glitched. I've caught a pixel. Maybe I can jump back up. No, I don't jump back up. I walk backwards off of it. And fall to my death. And I didn't realize I was on the ledge of it until I went back and reviewed the footage.
Yeah.
There's
I have the
Kisty's funny
exact
fail.
opposite, but it's a fail for the other player. You know how you can stomp in the Mantis?
Yes, I love doing that.
I don't know how I did this, but I was in a team big battle, and we were on Valhalla, and some guy had a ghost and was just coming right towards me, and I had just been stomping because these guys were all around me, and I didn't want them to get on me. So I killed them all with the help of my teammates, and then I'm stomping, and right as my foot comes down, there's the ghost right under me.
Oh.
And he had such a distance to see it coming. Like, it wasn't like he turned a corner, I stomped him. He drove in a straight line, because I went back and reviewed the footage. He drove in a straight line toward me and just went BAM!
Please tell me it's on your file share.
It should be. I will go look for it.
Okay, because if it is, I would like a link to it so I can post it in our link dump.
Right. It's hilarious because it's just like, no.
And it's going to be called Jason Stomps.
I think if I named it, Putting My Foot Down or something stupid like that.
Okay.
But you know what? We're wrapping up. I said we're wrapping up 3 times already.
Yeah.
We're doing it this time. 3rd time's the charm. I'm fucking Gus, okay? We gotta wrap this shit up. Let's go to Rudy's and eat.
Let's look at our watches,
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you for listening to tonight's episode. Thank you, Soothsayer, for being
tonight,
on.
whatever. Thank you listening for time of day.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for time of day. Yeah, on the most boring episode ever where we ran about Power Rangers and people calling me Sheldon. You did a great episode, buddy.
Well, no, I asked him to be on.
World's
The
greatest
rant
episode to be on.
The rant episode.
Well, I know 2 things are going to happen when Jason and I are in the same podcast together, and there's no Night Mari. We usually go straight to Power Rangers and Pokemon.
Yeah, we go straight to Power Rangers. Really? How could it not happen, by the way, when one of the major news stories of the week I saw was Seal dating Pink Power Ranger? I was just like, you have got to... And I saw it last night, and I was like, oh, when are we recording? When are we recording?
And with that, we end the podcast. Good night, everybody.